Good morning, Beachton, Texas. How are you? What's going on?
You're now watching Good Morning Cruisers. Starting the morning off right with your hosts, Griff and Alyssa.
Good morning, cruisers.
Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Like and subscribe for non-stop cruise talk brought to you live. Enjoy the show.
Good morning, cruisers. What is up, y'all? How's it going? Today is October the 12th.
It sure is.
2021. I can't believe we've made it this far in the year so far. This is our 32nd episode of Good Morning Cruisers.
I don't think that's true. Is it true?
I think we're up in the 30s.
Huh.
We moved pretty quick. Look at that. Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing? How was your day yesterday?
It's all right.
Is all right?
It's all right.
I feel like we almost bought new phones and then we were completely demotivated by it once we saw how much it would cost. We were like,
Yeah, so if you have Verizon, they're doing a deal until tomorrow to where they will essentially give you up to $1,000 to buy the new iPhone 13. And we have the 11s, right? And so I was like, okay, well, it's about time for us to upgrade and get a new phone. And that sounds like a great deal, right? And it would be because essentially it would drop our bill going forward $90 a month.
$90.
$90 a month less than what we're paying right now. So that's perfect, right? But of course, you have to pay the taxes on it up front. Not a big deal. But for some reason, we also still have to continue paying off our phones, even though I thought we were eligible for an upgrade and pay for an upgrade. And that didn't make any sense. So essentially, it cost us $500 to get new phones.
Yeah, so we have a few months left on the payment plan for the phones. We've got 2 months for my phone and 1 month for hers because I ended up getting my phone a month late. I decided to wait a little bit, and
I don't remember that happening. But
and then they're paid off, right? So like 3 months, 3 bills, which is kind of interesting because then we own the phones outright and we can trade those phones in to apply it towards a new phone. And so I guess the deal, like she said, they up to $1,000 they'll value your phone. So now I'm thinking like, if that's the case, if they're giving you up to $1,000, then what if we just paid the bill off like normal, and then once Black Friday comes around, then we just upgrade? But
right, but they're not doing that past tomorrow.
So if they're not doing, but I wonder how much. I wonder how much our phones are worth just as they are.
It said like 300 something.
Oh, they're only worth $300.
Yeah.
So we have to do this thing.
Right.
Bummer.
Right.
Bumsicles.
They always get you.
They always figure out how to get you. Verizon is a very, very powerful company. I used to work there, and one of the guys I worked with said they got some really smart mathematicians up there,
Of course
statisticians, and they will figure out a way to make sure that you're paying more. It's never a deal. There is never a deal. I don't know if anyone in the chat works for Verizon. It's interesting. They said you will never get a deal. If it feels like a deal, it's not. I know one of the fine prints was it would make us stay with our current plan. So it would lock us in. So if ever in the future we decided to go up or go down, we wouldn't be able to because we'd be stuck with that one. Grandfathered in, they say. So I'm going to pop out the chat. We got 59 people here. It's going to be a small, short thing. We don't have any topics today. We have a Ask Alyssa today. There is some cruise news.
There's cruise news.
Yeah, Port of Tampa Bay decided to celebrate the return of cruising with a Royal Caribbean ship. That's right. The Port of Tampa Bay is finally back open. It's cruising, and it's going to be interesting to see people go out of Tampa Bay and come visit. It's a small port. I think the Carnival Paradise is something that we sailed on out of Tampa, but I've never done anything else.
No. We've
So
only sailed on the Paradise.
this was going to be the Serenade of the Seas.
Okay.
What do you think about the Serenade?
I know nothing about the Serenade.
Nothing.
Other than it must be small to fit under the Skyway.
We got a quote here. The return of cruising will have a far-reaching impact on our region, with many small and local businesses standing to benefit, the port said in a statement. Business research and economic advisors estimated that a 3,000-passenger ship generates, on average, $334,000 in passenger dollars and crew on shore spending per call if in a home port city.
That's a lot.
Look at that. Look at that. It's a $334,000. That's what they should expect every time
The ship is in port.
the ship is in port. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That should stimulate the economy. We toured houses this week
We did.
or last weekend, and we spoke to a realtor, no, not a realtor, a sales rep. And she informed us that, people are continuing to move to Tampa. Cost of homes are just going to continue to skyrocket. And even though there may be a drop off when like the government does their thing with like the not Barron's program, whatever it's called, where they don't have to, you have to pay for your mortgage now, right?
You always have to pay for your mortgage.
Yeah. I think there's a time during the pandemic where people couldn't get kicked out of their homes or something if they couldn't afford the bills because no one can go to work. It was a really interesting time. Needless to say, it's going to go up. So Alyssa and I are looking for homes, and that vlog should be out. I won't say soon, but shortly. There we go. So we got some details on that thing and put it out. And you guys can look at this. First-time home buyers in Florida, touring the Epperson of metro places. It was very beautiful.
It was very beautiful.
But yeah, so all that stimulating the economy and everyone moving to Tampa, it does seem to slowly getting back on track.
I like that.
I like the sound of that. Also, 3 celebrity ships were announced that they're going to be sailing to Alaska in 2023.
That's cool.
Yeah. So we sailed to Alaska earlier this summer, met some cool people, hang out with your family for a little bit. Best ship I've ever sailed on, and to Alaska. I've been twice.
Right. The best of 2.
Yeah, but I would totally do it again, hands down. If you haven't seen those vlogs, go check out our Alaska series. There's many episodes, and then there's one large 2-hour episode. So get in where you fit in. Go watch them. Go rewatch them. Pop some popcorn if you're enjoying a Tuesday and you're working from home. Put that thing on in the background and just watch it in the background. Let all the ads play. Let us make some money so we can get a house. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Okay. Amen.
Guys, how's everyone doing in the chat? I'm trying to pull up the chat, but it's being a little bit of a. I think I got it.
I think you got it.
I tell you, technology sometimes can be a little wonky, and
No.
So Josh Gay says, I work for FirstNet at AT&T. It's the same everywhere, unfortunately. It just is what it is. At one point, everything's the same, and you just pay what you pay. It just is. You leave it or you don't. You get it or you don't.
Yep.
Take the product or not. And so we need a phone. Sure, we don't need the most expensive phone.
No, we
that is a
don't.
leisure thing.
Yeah.
But until like flip phones and stuff come back to be a vibe, then yeah, but we're content creators, so the device we have is actually the device we need.
Right. And so as long as it can function well, we actually upgraded 2 years ago to the 11s because the camera was supposed to be like super great.
It's great.
And so we tested that on our very merry time sailing on the Disney Dream. We vlogged pretty much the entire thing with the iPhone, right? And I was actually pretty impressed at the quality of that. But I've heard that the 13 is like drastically better. So, I mean, when it comes to stuff like that, do we go super new and like high tech for the vlog? I mean, technically it's a business expense because we're using that for our business.
That is true.
Or do we just go to the next level up, the 12, because you know how all the iPhones work. If you are towards your contract ending and there's a new phone that comes out, it like the battery starts dying and
I experience it every
slowing
time.
down.
Every time. I'm like, all of a sudden, this iPhone does not have the most responsive touch.
Right.
What is going on?
And if I've used my phone, I've used my phone quite a bit this morning. I filmed a reel.
Hey, we're back into it.
We're back into it. I filmed a reel. I posted my stories. I made some vegan pumpkin spice latte, which is delicious. So go check that out on my Instagram. But my point in saying is I've used my camera a lot today, and it's not even noon. I'm down to 67%. So
Good night. So,
on the charge.
good morning from Michigan. Good morning from Chandler, Arizona. Alaska 2.5 hour video. It was awesome. What drone did you use? So I used the DJI Mavic Pro 2S. It's my favorite drone out on the market right now. And yes, we got news that Singer, is actually moving to Alaska as we speak. And so the next time we cruise to Alaska, maybe we'll get to collab with them. That'd be cool.
Pretty cool.
Speaking of collabs, Mariner of the Seas, right around the corner. Super excited. It's going to be a different vlog from what you guys have seen before.
But it's going to be a good
it's
one
gonna be
and
good.
a fun one.
It's going to be good and fun. It's going to be me and my truest element. And so I will say, if you don't like it, it was nice being in the community with us. I will miss you. Don't forget to let me know that you don't like it on the video. Just like, hey, I don't like this. It's too polished. It's not for me. And then just jet. And then I will screenshot that comment and put it in my Instagram stories and let everyone go to town.
Oh, boy.
Cynthia is in the building. She says, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's so true, Alyssa. iPhone always acts up when the new one is out.
It does. It's ridiculous.
I don't know how Cynthia sounds, but I like to pretend.
I bet it's not like that.
Oh my gosh. Where are you from, Cynthia? So I can like figure out an accent from certain parts of the states here.
You're funny.
So where are you from? Southern Georgia? Oh my God. Is anyone from Georgia be like, oh my gosh, I don't sound like that?
I don't know anybody that sounds like that.
Our friend Nikki and Chad, we got to hang out with them last week, and I told them I was from Texas, and they said, really? You don't sound like you're from Texas. And she doesn't sound like this, but
yeah, I was like, she doesn't sound like that at all.
Really? I was like, yeah. Huh. And you say you're from Pennsylvania. They're like, huh. Most people, they look at us and they just don't know where we're from.
I know, it's kind of fun.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was born in Vegas, but I was raised mostly in Texas.
I can tell you're from Texas when you're tired.
Exactly, when I get exhausted.
Yeah. Because that draw comes out a little bit.
Yeah, my draw comes out. I pull out my guitar, put my, hands on that guitar and play it around a campfire and start singing about Bush's baked beans with my dog.
Bush's baked beans. Oh my
That's what
gosh.
Texans do. Small story. We went to Germany, me and my buddy Tyson, and we were like hanging out in Germany. And then as we were Italy, we had crossed over from Germany into Italy and stuff. We're hanging out in Italy at a small little bar. And so there was a waitress and she's like, oh, where are you guys from? And we're like, Texas. And she did the same thing. Like, Texas? I'm like, yeah. She's like
Texas?
in the United States of America, which is interesting. They say their full name.
Right.
In the United States of America. I'm like, yeah, in the States. She goes, do you have a horse? I'm like, I don't have a horse. She's like, do you have the hat? I'm like, I don't have the hat. She's like, huh, you guys don't look like you're from Texas. I'm like, what kind of propaganda is going on everywhere else or Texas? I guess we all wear cowboy hats.
Yep. Well, own a horse.
Levi jeans, own a horse. I'll tell you what, if I own a horse, we'd be way, way well off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good night. We're all from America. Atlanta for 38 years. I don't sound like that. Yes, Monique, see, you just entered into one of my Griff stories. It's actually, that one's really true.
I was going to say that I think is a true story.
That one's true. Look, I prefer shaky footage filmed on a VHS camcorder that's been transferred to half a dozen different media to really give it that real feel. None of this quality stuff.
I mean, you like what you like, Josh Gates.
You like what you like, my man. Cynthia says not like that. She does not sound like this. So in other news, check this out. Here are some of the ships resuming to service in October.
Ooh.
So if you guys are super excited,
I like
we
good
do
news.
have a list. Here are the details. Zhao Sheng Yi Dun. That is the Viking Sun. Cruise line Viking Cruises China Merchants. So you guys are interested in that. The capacity is 930. It's built in 2017. Home port is in Shenzhen, China. South China Domestic Cruises. That's the itinerary. First port of cruise, October 1st. So it's been sailing for a few days. The Disney Wonder.
Yay.
Disney Cruise Line. How many people are on the ship? 1,750. That's going to be at a 100% occupancy. Oh, at 100% occupancy. This was built in 1999. That's pretty cool. I like these little fun facts.
Yeah, it's a great ship.
The home port will be in San Diego. The itinerary will be a 3 and 4 night cruises to Ensenada and Cabo San Lucas, which is amazing. That sounds super fun. Also sailing since October 1st. Liberty of the Seas back on deck.
Nice.
That sounds fun. Royal Caribbean International. They've got that trademark of the seas on there, and you immediately know it's a Royal Caribbean ship. 3,600 at 100% capacity. Built in 2007. Great year. That's when I graduated. And it's a 7-night Western Caribbean.
Galveston.
Other ones to be noted are the Carnival Freedom, $29.74. It's going to be sailing out of Miami, and 6 and 8 nights Southern and Eastern cruises. Let me know if you get excited for that Carnival Freedom. Throw some waves and some flags in there. Other ones that we may not be doing is the Koningsdam and the Ventura. I don't think that's going to be us. That's going to be for our UK folks, especially the Ventura. That's in Southampton, England. Western Europe, Mediterranean, and Canary Islands. And then the Koningsdam is actually in San Diego by Holland America. All these ships. Carnival Elation is back on deck, ready to go back at it. I've never sailed on the Elation. You?
Nope.
You have not. Let us know in the chat if you've been on a Carnival Elation. 4 and 5 day cruises, the Bahamas and the Caribbean. Azamara Journey.
I'd like to get on one of those. Going to Greece.
Going to Greece. It says Piraeus, Greece, and Civitavecchia in Venice, Italy.
It was built in 200.
Wow, it was built in the 200s. So be careful on that one, guys.
It's a little old.
Little old, but I bet you the refurbishment is pristine. Spectrum of the Seas is back at it like a jackrabbit with 4,100, built in 2019. It is going to be sailing out of Hong Kong. So if you have plans to go to Hong Kong, they have seacations for local residents. So you can't go.
So it doesn't matter because it can't go.
Can't go unless you are.
Unless you live in Hong Kong.
Unless you live in Hong Kong. Seven Seas Explorer, that's the Regent Seven Seas. Riviera, that's Oceana Cruises, is back at it. They're going to Istanbul, Turkey, and Trieste, Italy. I've always wanted to go to Istanbul, Turkey. I want to see the, I think it's towards the Cappadocia and stuff like that. The hot air balloons that always go viral with influencers and stuff. You're like, oh my gosh, I wish I was in an air balloon. Hashtag wish you were here. Hashtag I'm an influencer. Hashtag would you go here? Of course. It's a luxury trip in Istanbul, like in Cappadocia. Of course I want to go. It looks amazing. It's like, yeah, I'm sitting at work, clicking at a computer, listening to people's conversations in the backgrounds about soccer practice and how so and so didn't get to play because he had a little bit of a little sicky because he had too many bologna sandwiches and his tummy hurts. The conversation I heard at my old job was crazy. Anybody else like that? Don't pretend. I know you guys in your chat like I actually can relate strongly to that. You're just sitting in your cubicle, relaxing, right? And you're like, there's always that chipper person, but you really know they're not that chipper. They're just like, good morning. Hello. How you guys doing? How was your weekend? It was good. It was fine. And you're just like, did you get my email? Actually, yeah. It came through at 10:30 p.m. last night, and I saw it this morning while I'm looking at the computer while I was off the clock. Shots fired at my old job.
I don't miss that.
Don't miss that at all. Next, the Norwegian Bliss is back at it.
Ooh. Let's go on the Bliss.
Los Angeles, Mexican Riviera. That sounds fun. We're going to hang out with Cruise Tips TV. Mm-hmm. We should. I'm just going to slide into like Cruise Tips TV and be like, hey, listen, we should collab.
We should
collab.
I think it's been a long time coming.
100%. She's been like, I don't know. Like, I said, yes, you're collabing. I'm outside your door.
Open your door.
Uh-huh. Like also, can we stay here and eat the dinner that you make on your Instagram story? She's always cooking.
She's always
cooking good stuff too.
Yeah, good.
Amadea Phoenix Reason. I imagine that's Ryzen, but it starts with an E. So
I have no idea. I've never heard of that cruise line before.
Bremerhaven and Hamburg, Germany. So those cruises are very like luxurious and prestigious, and so it's a totally different vibe. You can go see something like that. I don't know if she's done it, but like Emma Cruises. I think that's the closest you're going to get to see what it looks like to cruise on a European cruise line.
Yeah.
Very different vibe. Ada Adiva, that's going to Rostock, Warmende, Germany, and La Romana, Dominican Republic. Oh, wow. Transatlantic crossing ahead of winter season in the Caribbean. I was like, whoa, that's odd. I was like, for us, that's like, hey, we're cruising to Alaska, and then you're going to be in Mexico. Like, what?
That's kind of cool.
Then the Ruby Princess. So for those who like a nice, chilling, relaxing, comfortable vacation on Princess, go check that out. Let's go to San Francisco, California coast, and the Mexican Riviera. So those are some of the ships that are back, and other vessels. Just to wrap up this segment: Adventure of the Seas, Serenade of the Seas, Majestic Princess, Scarlet Lady, Asuka, Viking, Orion, and the Crystal Endeavor.
And it says they're returning to service after short operational pauses.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for instance, Scarlet Lady had been sailing in the UK, and then now it's sailing in Miami. So it took a little break.
Small little break.
And I'm assuming the same with Adventure of the Seas, because Adventure was sailing out of Nassau. So I don't know where the Adventure is sailing now, but it took a break, and now it's coming back.
Took a little bit of a break. So there we go.
What you doing over there?
I wanted to check out this news by Disney. So apparently Disney announces Bahamas and Caribbean and Mexico cruises for early 2023.
Ooh, let's book a cruise.
Sounds super exciting. And so Griffin Lessa season 4 is quickly coming to an end. We do have Scarlet Lady coming up. We have Mariner of the Seas coming up. We do have the Seashore on our horizon. No pun intended, because we have sailed the horizon already. And we might have the Odyssey, right?
Well, we do have the Odyssey, but that would start technically season 5.
Season 5. That would be season 5. And so, I wouldn't be upset if we can't get on it. But we do want to wrap up the season with a Disney cruise. And then that would be it. That would be the end of season 4. And we would rapidly move into season 5 with January. Rapidly, because we have a group cruise.
We do.
And it sounds like we would have a Disney cruise as well. Potentially.
Yes.
So for those of you that don't know, we are a part of the Disney Creators Lab. Woo woo. We are one of 20 creators that were selected to be a part of this cool new thing. And so
very cool so far.
It's very cool so far, and we'll be going behind the scenes and showing you guys what that's like. We've been kind of just ramping up and taking their advice all in once before just implement. Gonna have a structure, and then we'll get after it. So what is up, everybody? Good morning from Chicago, Cynthia Williams. So Cynthia Williams, if you're still watching, we were talking about accents earlier. What does Chicagoans sound like?
Chicagoans?
Chicago Nights?
I mean, I don't know.
Chicagoers?
Chicagoers.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Chicagoans. I think it's Chicagoans.
Oh, okay.
Chicagoans.
I don't think that it is.
Yo, I'm from Chicago.
Yeah.
Is that how what's the accent for Chicago's? Chi-towners? Huh.
I don't know.
So, good morning, Griffin and Alyssa. That's from the Dark theme. Alfred Ingleby said that Adventure of the Seas was in a dried up, or probably in a dry dock.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So, the Midwest, Jonathan Spurlock says, I am the chipper one. Okay. So Karen Spurlock says, when I was still in the office, there was a lady that would constantly yell at her teenagers over the phone.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness! Oh, let's let's read some of these interactions with people in the office. So we missed that. So love hearing you say goodnight. My hubby's granny used to say that all the time. Makes my heart smile because I think of her hearing it. That's Jen Reed. Did you say goodnight? I don't think I said goodnight. Taser Travels in the building. Have sailed on Carnival Ocean, not our favorite ship, old ship. Probably wouldn't sail on it again. I know the feeling. Ours is the Carnival Paradise. We'll probably never do that again.
No, but I've been on the Paradise twice.
Yeah.
I don't need to do it again.
Kendra P says, I'm the chipper one in the office. As long as it's authentic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So who's the one in the office that always brings fish and then warms up in the microwave? Mm-mm. That'll get me to quit fast.
That's an office faux pas. Mm-hmm. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Get me to quit.
So someone at our office, like just different personalities, obviously, but she or he would put Post-it notes like, when you're done with the coffee cup, please rinse it out and put it in the left side. Another thing, right? If you use the Keurig, please throw away your K-Pod. And I'm like, who is putting on these Post-it notes? Just send an email from like the front office, like, hey, make sure you guys take care of the kitchen.
First of all, why would you need to do that? Everyone that works there is an adult. You have to remember to take the thing out. Mm-hmm. You have to remind all these people to do stuff.
I know it's hard for some people, but I would leave it there. It's like, that's not my resume here, my job description to clean the kitchen.
I'm not cleaning up after you, but I'm going to clean up after myself is what I'm saying.
Can't do it. Can't do it. All right, so Alyssa, there's some people that have a question for you. Okay. We're going to get into the segment of Ask Alyssa. It's where you guys get to ask Alyssa to solve a problem for you. And here it is. Daughter's revelation about her older boyfriend has mom tempted to weigh in.
Oh, boy. More relationship advice.
Dear Amy, or Dear Alyssa, remember this comes from Dear Amy. Dear Alyssa, our 24-year-old daughter recently moved out of state before entering graduate school in the medical field. That's a hard flex.
Yeah.
After graduation from college a year and a half ago, she worked in a rehab hospital where she made many friends.
That's very nice.
She just keeps flexing on me like this. Yeah. She's got a great job. She's got tons of friends.
Good for you.
She graduated from college. She became close to one of her coworkers, and it seemed like they had a strong friendship. Strong friendship, guys. We have met him on several occasions, and we like him. He's kind, intelligent, grounded, and treats her with respect. That's like the last part, right? Like, could you imagine? We met him on several occasions, and we like him. He's kind, intelligent, grounded. Doesn't really respect her, but we still we love him. You got to lead with you respect my daughter, right? So all the other intangibles. Well, I digress. Recently, she told me that the two of them have been dating for about 6 months.
Okay.
What? She was reluctant to tell us because she thought we would not approve. He is 17 years her senior. I've never heard someone say it like that.
He's what?
He is 17 years her senior. He is 17 years older than her.
Why didn't they just say that?
Because, to make it sound even older than like her senior.
Yeah, that sounds weird. Okay.
Unless someone in the medical field is like, oh, her senior means like that's her supervisor.
Well, that's possible.
So,
but that's just weird. Why you say it like that?
That sounds like an episode straight out of Grey's Anatomy. Anyway, she says she is very happy that she still made the move west even after they became exclusive because she is still pursuing her dreams and goals. She says they are taking it one day at a time. My daughter has always been strong and independent. She was in one other serious relationship and said the relationship taught her that she wanted a more mature partner. I realize that she is an adult and gets to make her own choices, but I am wondering if I'm negligent as her mother to not point out the possible challenges should this relationship continue. I know our opinion means a lot to her, but I also know she will do what is best for her. Should I just keep my concerns to myself? Caring mom.
Okay, so I'm confused. The mom likes this guy.
Mm-hmm. Respects her.
The guy is good to her.
Mm. Great job, apparently.
Right.
What school?
So what's the problem?
He's 17 years older.
So? All right, well, I say keep it to yourself then, Ma.
My answer is keep it to yourself. Mind your business.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. Are you speaking that from a daughter's perspective?
Yes.
Or a mother's perspective? Because you're not a mom yet.
I'm not. But here's the thing.
Mind your business, mom.
Unless the daughter seemed to want advice, right? Like, hey, mom, I don't know about this, or this is what's going on. Like, what do you think? Then the mom can say, hey, just in case you need to know, like, these are my thoughts, right? If that'll help you make your decision. But if everything seems all hunky-dory and the mom likes this person and the daughter's being treated well and she seems to be super happy, then I don't see the problem.
There you go. Let's see what Amy says. She answered, caring mom, your daughter sounds smart, independent, and capable. These qualities make her well equipped to handle her intimate relationships. Like all of us, she will occasionally struggle and make mistakes. That's true. But unless there are mitigating circumstances, which you don't mention, he is married, was married, has children, or a previous unhealthy history with relationships, you must trust that your daughter will make her own way, as we all must. A child's job is to grow up. Parents' job is to let them. If it seems that your daughter has done an exemplary job, you should continue to do yours. If she explicitly asks you to point out the challenges in her relationship, you could weigh in. But she is probably already aware of these challenges because she is experiencing them. There you go.
Look at me giving relationship
Look at you. And you didn't even go to school for this.
Nope, I didn't.
You're not a therapist.
Nope.
There you go, guys. Everyone could pay her $10 an hour. Melissa will give you advice if you have
$10 an hour.
Yeah,
I deserve more than that. I gave great advice.
There you go. Oh my gosh, this morning show is ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's fun.
It's hilarious.
So thank y'all, 100 people that are. I have no idea how many people are watching, but probably not that many. Thanks for sticking in with us.
Jonathan Spurlock says, "Sounds like mom's a little jealous."
Maybe.
Yeah, she's just like, man, 17 years old, they should be taking me out to the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Let me see the Hollywood sign.
That's funny.
And more. So my pop says, being raised by parents from Louisiana, well, we all have our way of thinking.
That's us talking.
We have our own way of talking. There you go. Karen says mom needs to just be happy for her daughter, not worry about it. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to get a little personal, read some comments. Says Jen Reed, play ex-husband is 18 years older than I am, and my mom is married to that man that's 18 years younger than her. They have been together for probably 30 years now. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it don't.
There you go.
Daughter is an adult. If being treated well, then she should let it be. Trust in your daughter's decision and be there if she needs you. Catherine here. Hi, just got off the Freedom of the Seas on Monday, the 11th. We were at 75% capacity, 3,300 on board.
Whoa. That's way more than we had on the Freedom of the Seas.
Just getting back. July. It's coming back.
In July, there were 1,000 people on board.
It's getting back to action.
Dang, that means the Mariner's going to be packed.
So, guys, Alyssa and I, mainly me, I think we should get a reality TV show.
I think that would be fun.
Griffin and Alyssa navigate hilariously through the trials and tribulations of being a YouTube while trying to grow a family in Florida.
I mean, I'd watch it.
Yeah. The ups, the downs, the drama. You have one creative person who lives life like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And you have the major planner who is prone to know about a little bit of a major freak out when things don't go according to plan. What will happen next? Griffin and Alyssa, Meet the Griffins. Tune in Thursday, 7 p.m. We'll see you there. Or is it 7, 8 Central? That's usually what they say, right?
No, it's 8 p.m., 7 Central.
8 p.m., 7 Central on USA Network.
Hi.
USA Network on Bravo TV.
On Bravo TV.
Which is better? Bravo TV.
I think we could get away with Bravo.
Are we dramatic enough for Bravo?
No, I don't know. Maybe
because we even messaged Andy Cohen. He's like, I don't know. You guys have it, but you're not dramatic enough.
That's true. There's some really dramatic things on Bravo.
But I could totally see us like today we're going on Below Deck because we're celebrating the success of Paradise Adventure Co. with our business partner. We're the primaries and co-primaries like me, Josh, and Alyssa. We're like doing stuff for PAC and like they're YouTubers and they're reading our profile. They're like YouTubers on the cruise industry and like, oh, they're gonna be awful.
And they're vegan.
And they're we're not vegan. No, but. Holly says, I'd watch. We're pitching it. We're pitching it. I'm going to message Netflix and everybody.
Oh, I could do a Netflix show. That's fun. I kind of feel like I'm watching that now. Except we're just sitting and talking. We need to I don't know.
The A story is our family life and everything. And the B story would be like just growing a YouTube travel channel. Mm-hmm. So that would be fun.
That would be fun.
That's the play now. That's the long-term play. Give us a reality TV show. I know you producers are watching. Y'all found us the first time. Let's do it again.
You found us the first time. Somebody's watching.
Somebody's watching. They're like taking notes, sending it up to the Matrix, getting approved. So It is 12 o'clock.
Oh, we got to go.
We almost have to go. Now we'll take some time to answer some of your questions if you have some. We have covered Ask Alyssa. We have to cover a little bit of cruise news. Sorry, we got on late today. I left the live stream piece because it just be like that.
Cool.
And we now have guests.
There's someone that just walked in. Oh, brother.
So if you guys have any questions, let us know.
This is great.
We shared Coco Cay with Allure. The pool was nuts. Matt was on Mariner of the Seas. The same time I was on Freedom, and they only had 1,500.
Wow.
Just moved to the studio, to a kitchen. The morning show is your confessional.
That's funny.
That could be.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Michael, we have a sea terrace on the Virgin Voyages cruise on the Scarlet Lady. That means I get a hammock. I love hammocks on the balcony. I'm really excited about that.
Beach in Texas says, question, who are you cruising with on the Mariner? We're cruising with each other. Super excited to be with the love of my life out on the ocean
sweet
blue.
are you.
It's going to be super great. Great question, Beach in Texas. Holly says, have you packed your underwear for Mariner yet? I don't wear underwear. Magic had 2,300 last week.
That's a lot. Actually, I have to start packing. I forgot that. I keep forgetting that we're leaving next week. I did do my check-in this morning, though.
What are your plans for the holidays? Great question, Dad. We have a cruise, directly after Thanksgiving? Mm-hmm. And
so on Thanksgiving, we're running the turkey trot.
Yeah.
We're going to go to a friend's house for dinner, and then 2 days later, we're getting on a cruise ship.
Yeah, we got invited to spend Thanksgiving at our friend's place. Mm-hmm. So we're going to check that out. And then you said for Christmas already, right?
I didn't say anything for Christmas. We
Christmas,
don't technically have plans.
Well, no, technically your parents are said they're coming down.
Well, my mom said yesterday she didn't want to come down.
Oh, really?
She's not. She said she's not coming.
That's new to me. She doesn't want to come down and hang out in the Airbnb. And
she said because we don't have a place to live, they don't want to come down.
Well, I think we're going to have a place in November, but why won't she just get an Airbnb?
I don't know, Mother.
Like a Verbo.
Are you still watching?
Why don't we like get a Verbo and just like sit on the beach? And we did that in OBX, but it won't cost nearly as.
Well, no, that was very expensive.
Yeah. There's some Verbos down by like the Seminole, the beach we go to. There was just like Verbo. It has a little Verbo sign. And so I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days. Check it out. You sing at church. Alyssa's singing at church. I do know that's happening. So that's what we got planned for the holidays. What you guys got planned? Let me know. Beach in Texas, leaving next week leaving next week for an 8-day Eastern out of Galveston. Nice. Will you be porting in Nassau?
Yes, we will be in Nassau, but what day will we be in Nassau? We will be in Nassau on Saturday, the 22nd.
Oh man, small story
23rd?
time.
I don't know what Saturday is. Whatever that Saturday is.
We were
the 23rd.
I was 10 seconds away from being naked on the internet.
What?
You remember that?
No.
So we were on the Adventure of the Seas.
Oh yes,
we were in the Adventure of the Seas, and like I'm waking up and I'm like doing my thing, getting ready for the morning, chilling out. Alyssa's on the patio, and
I'm on the balcony. So we were pulling into Nassau, right?
Yeah.
And so I wanted a time lapse of us pulling into Nassau. And so I went out and I'm on the balcony. Continue.
Yeah. I'm getting ready. I have no collection of like what's really going on. I'm just kind of like rolling to bed, tired, been filming, editing, like all types of stuff. I'm delirious. You remember when I put out a vlog the exact next day, running on minimal sleep and brain power. And I like wander outside and I see a ship. I'm like, oh, there's a ship next door. And I'm like, I decide to go in and I just like put on some swim trunks and I walk back outside. I just grabbed the first thing I could. And the next thing you know, you hear, Griffin, Alyssa. Someone's like waving at us from like a balcony up top. I'm like, wow. Like if I would have stayed here for 10 seconds longer, maybe we got a full dose of Griff.
I just think it's crazy that the person, and they sent me the video, so they filmed it. So if you're watching, thank you for that. That was very entertaining. I'm, in a robe because I had just gotten out of bed too. And I'm like, so tired. I'm doing this. And they spotted us from our balcony from another ship. And they yelled our name, and it was obviously us, and we waved. It's crazy.
It is.
How did you know?
It is insane.
Anyhow, that was a fun story.
I'm packing for 5 days on the Oasis.
I'm packing as well. 5 days until Oasis is what it said. That's super exciting.
Cool. Tales from Griff. Question: how did you guys meet? Oh, you guys have heard this story plenty of times. You want to tell it? You want me to tell it?
I don't want to tell it.
You want to tell it?
If you're going to tell it, you got to be fast.
All right. Well, ironically, it's around the holiday season. Alyssa has been known for singing. She has a lovely voice. Song of a songbird of our generation, needless to say. But her and her church, they were going around different homes in Pennsylvania. It's caroling, and so I happened to be doing some work outside. And what happened was they were knocking on a home that someone wasn't there. And that was Sue Ann. You remember her? She wouldn't answer the door. And so I realized that Sue Ann needed help getting to the door because she was slightly a bit older than everyone else. And so I walked up, climbed up the chimney, and I fell through the chimney. And next thing you know, I'm all like huffy and puffy. My beard's super gray. And Sue Ann starts to freak out. And she runs out the door. She's like, there's a man in my home. There's a man in my home. And Alyssa, filled with the caroling spirit of Jesus, is like, you know what? Let me go in. And she sees me and she thinks I'm Santa. She thinks I'm Santa, and just like that, I'm like, oh. I start coughing, and she's like singing Santa, and so she burst out into tears and starts singing Jingle Bells with her and her cohorts, and it was super great. But anyway, love at first sight. Love at first sight. Later on, she realized that was actually me falling down the chimney to help Sue Ann get to the door just to hear her and her church folks sing.
Wow. What a story.
There you go.
I liked that I had the caroling spirit of Jesus, and then I go in to sing about Santa. That makes a lot of sense.
It threw you off.
Yeah,
It threw you off.
that does throw me off, yeah.
Beach in Texas are not lies. There's just slightly exaggerated stories.
That's true.
But
It's a story.
there you go. There you go. Jonathan says, I love it. Wow, Griff. Oh, you guys really thought that was good?
I thought it was funny.
Yeah? Yeah. Oh, I could do better. I trust me, but not today. The last thing that sparked in my mind was my dad asking me about the holidays. And I was like, oh, I'll just run off of that one.
Let's run off the holidays.
Let's just run off the holidays. So, guys, as always, if you dig the vibes, please subscribe. And if you care, please share.
You took my line.
I took Alyssa's line.
But we'll see you in paradise.
Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. We love you guys and see you tomorrow. Peace.
Bye.
Goodbye. Gonna see him later. Outro video.
You're now watching.
Real quick. We're gonna turn that fade out song down a little bit. Kendra P with the comment of the day. Stop capping.
She watched yesterday.
She watched yesterday's live stream. That's funny. That is funny. So let me turn that down real quick. But yeah, Kendra, that was a great comment. Love you guys. We'll see you later, and see you all in the next one.